weapons and deployable turrets online.
Okay, back up and regroup at drop site.
Roger that. I'm coming in.
Hey, call in the Thumper.
Echo Bravo 984. Extraction site secured. Over.
That'll keep the bugs out.
Approaching drop site. Package en route.
Right on schedule.
Turret 3 is out. 1 and 5 are down. Just lost 4.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I don't even know, I'm not sure if I'm live, but your forecast for this morning in Southern California is cloudy and trying to rain. It only
trying hard.
looked like it was raining because I was driving really fast to work, but...
kind of driving into the mist a little bit.
Right, something like that, I don't know.
Some sort of water kind of, I don't know, not
It was amazing to see a cloud again.
Yes, I mean,
It's been a
this
few
is
of
big
those
news
past
to
few
us
days.
in Southern
Nice.
California. It's like, holy crap, there's a cloud. Stop the presses. I'm Frank Lettieri, aka Faded Pez, community manager here for Firefall and Red 5 and you. And we're going to have an awesome show for you today. We're joined by JB Will is with us, of course.
Hey,
and
everyone.
Alex, thank you so much for joining us today.
Howdy, guys.
One of our content designers. We're going to get into a little bit of what you do and how you came around to being where you are, kind of.
Mhm.
We spoke about that a little earlier. Star Wars and chat. But first, quick little bit of housekeeping. We put a patch out to production on, I think it was Tuesday.
Yes.
That was really funny because we were being really careful with this one because we're like, okay, it's going live on Tuesday, and it was like, okay, well, we don't want to tell them like the last time with PTS. We're like, okay, it's going live next week.
And then
By
3
next
weeks
week,
later,
we meant next month.
Yeah.
So we were a little overly cautious. We're like, yeah, maybe we'll hear something at the end of the week, and then boom, patch.
Yeah.
So
We got it, so it's okay.
yeah, we fixed we had a potential fix to the barricades in Amazon, which was a big.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Pain in the butt.
A lot of Amazon bugs there for a while. I don't know if this one's going to be a silver bullet for all of the problems in Amazon, but so far it's looking okay. Really, we just tried to fix what was we really were only the barricades we were spitting out errors. So Steph was only able to be like, okay, well that's an error, so I can go and fix this. But the other ones were kind of like, we're still trying to figure out, are they even still broken? Some of them are getting hung, but definitely stuff we're going to keep an eye out for. Another big thing is the music. Everyone, it's so funny because Cosmic D, one of our players, was talking to me about like how, you know, I thought about like how I really stopped kind of playing because it was kind of foolish because it was just really because of the music. He's like, you think about how foolish that is. I'm like, well, not really, because like you'd be surprised the kind of things that we put into a game that you really take for granted, and if it's not there anymore, like how much you really miss it. Like, but like ambient sounds, like the way your gun fires, reloading sounds, you know, like all that stuff is just, there's just so many things that go into it, and it's like if one little thing's missing, you're like, I don't know, it feels
It's
off.
not the same. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it down for a little bit, see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm an audio guy. Like, I love having the music there, and it was.
Yeah. The other thing is
Haven't had it
the music now cuts off early.
Yes.
That's kind of intended.
Yeah.
Kind of. A change was made internally so that to change the frequency that the ambient music would play. And when we fixed the music being playable again, that went in with the fix. Again, the dangers of fixing without fully branching. We didn't get this, you know, fully smoke test the full build. We just handpicked things out. So, you know, part of the risk there. But it was kind of intended. It's subject to change, but the music does play. It's just the frequency has also changed along with us fixing it, which is, it was an intended change internally, but we didn't expect that to happen in production. So.
We also fixed at least one bug that was causing Cantaloupe to fly through the air.
We fixed one, but you know
But
what?
then,
Kanaloa
like,
does what Kanaloa wants. When Kanaloa's mommy told her he could be whatever he wants.
A strong, independent lava worm. Yeah.
Right. Like, I could, if I put my mind to it, do whatever I want.
Do what I want.
I said I
So,
want
yeah,
to
if
fly.
you-
I'm gonna fly. Fix the bug where Kanaloa can fly into the air, up out of the thing.
Yeah.
Nope. I
Well,
found
fixed at
another
least
way.
one- yeah. So if you figure out, if you see that happen again, let us know, because we fixed the thing that we knew was causing it, and then like 10 minutes later, someone else did it again somehow. But.
we can't we can't consistently reproduce it. And we can't. I don't think we've reproduced the new way yet, or at least attempted to. But we weren't even able to consistently reproduce it to begin with. But, so we had a potential fix. But ladies and gentlemen, life finds a way.
Thank you, Jeff. There weren't enough uhs in that sentence. Life finds a way. Anyways.
Yes, and then the a lot of the crafting prefixes, but not
all.
rocket turret or heavy rocket turret. We didn't. That one didn't make it, but we also did not list that on the notes.
Blame Pez.
But we did. Sure. Why not?
Yeah, because reasons stuff.
Yeah. So definitely check out the patch. There's a maintenance patch, you know, a little cold fix, if you will.
Cold fix.
They're like, putting a patch out, I'm like, please don't call it a hot fix.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little patch out there to that they basically asked us to try and get the hit list of what's bothering the community. And like I said on the forums, one of the big things there is that we can't patch the way we normally patch now, which is why we haven't been able to do these small bug fixes, and even doing those handpick fixes are kind of risky and kind of not the best way to do it. But the reason why is because we're doing so many things on the internal build, and we use our branch process to branch that out to stabilization, PTS, production. That would break things greatly, immensely. We're not ready to branch production out into production. Or did I say production? Did I say branch production?
Maybe.
We're not ready to
I don't
branch
remember.
design into production.
It's too many
But we have
builds.
been branching it into stabilization and PTS, and we've changed some things. And Alex has been working on some of those things there. But first, why don't you tell us what is a? So you're a content designer here. What does a content designer do? Like a scripter? Content
So generally, content designers, their main goal is to design content.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
So
pretty
Hold on, I need a notebook.
Take notes.
So basically, whether they're working on missions or some open world events, they'll start off usually like at least a small group of the designers will kind of either brainstorm some new events, or they'll come out with a list of requirements, and the designers will go about basically planning out how the event will play out, the gameplay, what you'll fight, the events you'll do inside of it, and then we'll script the encounter and basically put everything together. If we need new assets like models or new animations, we'll work closely with them and plug that in. And
What scripting language do we mostly use? I'm guessing it's Lua.
yeah, most of the scripters, well, at least all of the designers use Lua here. I think the programmers might use fancier things.
Fancier things. Yeah, I think they use
C++,
C++, C#,
something like
in
that.
some cases. Lutz he speaks all languages, including German.
Lutz does everything.
And Fortran.
Mostly done in assembly, really.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Written machine code.
we
here.
want to really
Ones and zeros.
nail down on the essence of what makes a program a program.
Oh man.
So how did you become a content designer, more or less?
So I'm pretty new to the game industry as a whole. I've only been working here for about a year and a half or so. Basically, as soon as I graduated college with my computer science degree, I knew I wanted to get in the game industry basically my whole life. So as I was going through college, I was also teaching myself some design with things like Unity and the UDK. And after I graduated, I continued working with that. I took a brief level design course with UDK online, and basically spent half of my day every day just applying for jobs out in California mostly, where a lot of companies are.
Yeah.
And so eventually I found Red 5 and saw Firefall, and I thought that game looked pretty cool. So I sent out an application for a QA position originally, thinking that that was the main way I was going to get into the industry. But after they saw my CS degree and the stuff I was working with in UDK, and they thought, well, hey, why don't you try applying for the design position? I was like, you can do that?
Whoa!
Yeah, so I did, and it seems that they like me.
That's
worked.
awesome. That's awesome. So you don't necessarily have you didn't go to game design school or have a
No,
degree
it's
in game design. So
just-
you actually have a regular CS degree, and then you taught yourself some design philosophies, design practices.
Yep.
Along the way, would you recommend that? That's kind of like a way to go, like for people that want to become a designer. Hey, I want to be a designer. I think I could do that too.
Well, I think it worked out well for me, at any rate. The straight computer science taught me a lot about programming and scripting on the whole, software development cycles, and I think that really helped. I don't know exactly how game-focused schools and courses would compare, because I had never experienced it, but I think having that computer science background really helped me out.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, and then in terms of showing off your design prowess, I guess in the interview process, you would have to show some sort of samples. So you just showed them some things that you built in UDK.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, and I talked about my senior year in CS. We also all have we have small groups that did software engineering program and projects. So my group made a really simple, a procedurally generated city with different building types and everything.
Nice.
And,
Nice.
And I showed that as well. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Cool.
All right. So So now that you got into Red 5 and you're now a designer for a video game, which is like awesome for you at this point. How was it like adjusting? Did you like so that there's different disciplines of design? There's content design, level design, systems design, and even in content design, like you're even focused in on a specific thing. Was that surprising for you, or did you think that it was like a lot more open coming in?
I wasn't really sure what to expect on a whole, but it was. It's definitely faster to get going, like coming in here and just having all these tools available to me. For instance, when working with UDK, I'm not much of an artist, but I had to make my own, super simple boxy models and rig them up, and that was really complicated because I didn't have really any experience with that kind of stuff. But with this, I could get started basically immediately making like missions, give the players goals, guys to spawn in and shoot.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Like you guys make the characters. I don't want to do that. It's called James Edwards over.
Yeah, I just suggest new emotes, that we want to get.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's a nice email chain that's going around.
Yeah.
Edward, just 10 seconds, please. Nope. Sorry, not yet. I want it. So, what are you specifically focused on here at Red 5?
So when I joined about the same time as Christian, John, and Steven,
Yep.
we all started working on the wandering encounters and dynamic content. Since then, I've worked on other things like the job system took up most of our time.
Yeah, that was a big thing for content designers.
Yeah. I also worked on the Wintertide live event, the Santa Claus or Father Wintertide one, the Whack and Elf snowball fight.
Okay, Whack and Elf.
Yeah.
That would all make sense.
I worked on those with Jake, and
Nice.
and then since then I've been working on operations pretty much exclusively.
So you worked on Miru. I mean, we had that video back in November that we showed off that we shot for the community to see, and showing off our very first operation, which is Miru, and now High Tide.
Yep.
Which, sorry.
Oh, yeah. I originally, Miro, I worked with a senior designer for about half of it, and then finished all the scripting once for the end of it, basically. And then for High Tide, for the most part, I designed and scripted the entire part.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
That's
gonna feel really cool.
It was a big project, but yeah, it feels great having known that,
Nice.
like I set up this whole operation, and I'm really excited to work on the next one.
Nice. Oh, the next one. Oh, dropping bombs. So when you're working on High Tide or Miru, which other teams or disciplines do you find yourself working with the most?
Probably the most would be the world builders and level designers for actually getting the area to, how we want it to look, fit with whatever our theme is. The world builders do a great job. There's some really beautiful areas in both High Tide and Miru. And then probably the other closest would be narrative. For High Tide, I worked with Emma a lot for this one, working out both the storyline and we basically had a lot of back and forth between here's some gameplay I proposed and how it can tie into the narrative and vice versa.
Nice.
And then other than that, usual things, some new models were needed, animations, sounds.
So we typically go to obviously the modelers and the animators, the art department essentially, because I'm assuming you don't go directly to. I'm guessing like James Edwards and Edward and Ryder, right?
The
Like
producers don't like it if we just go and talk to a specific guy and make him do something.
But yeah, I mean, like I guess the art department like kind of gets all these requests and being like, hey, we need this guy, and this is kind of like what he does. And
Yep.
what about, I guess, for a boss? Because both of those operations have bosses. So do you now include AI?
Yeah,
so like
we've
Nima?
Nemo with AI and the combat team. like Rogers and Adrian and Tome, you know, they all help out with setting up the bosses and the abilities they use.
Wow. So I mean, so a lot of people are basically when it comes down to like building an operation, and this what we're showing here is like this is Derek Ravenblack. We had him on maybe a month ago, showing off some of the core missions. But this was Derek at some point last year showing us a block out of. This was his block out of High Tide, your mission. Is this before or after you start working on it?
Well, this one actually, the world builders started. They had the basic, like, some basic design ideas that we had brainstormed together. And so while I was finishing up Miru, the world builders had started a really basic, like, rough build of, which was a little bit different than with Miru, as that one was being built at basically the same time as we were scripting it.
Okay, so this one was kind of getting blocked out ahead of time.
Yeah. So I don't think I'd actually started scripting, at least not in this area we're seeing right now, at that time. But it had all the basic elements that we had discussed in like our brainstorm meetings and stuff like that.
Yes. So a lot of hands basically touch these operations or basically any piece of content before it goes out, just based on process. Because I think, you know, just on a high level, going back to like what you were saying about when you were working in UDK and you were building when you're doing your level designing, just on a high level, like you're like trying to do level designing and like, oh, I need a guy and I just made like a box and then now I got to rig him and all that stuff. Like, you know, I can't do all that. Like, let me just stick to this. I mean, that's really why the studio gets together and does it as a team. But it's really, yeah, I find it fascinating to hear like how many teams actually wind up touching this before it actually goes out. Now, what about like the iterative process? How do you get to iterate on your content? Do you do it by yourself, or is there like a review process?
A little bit of both at separate points. For instance, as I was working on High Tide, I got the absolute bare bones basic version of like the individual encounters that were building it up, set up pretty quickly, like maybe within a couple weeks. And then at that point, then we went back, you know, just could start adding new effects, polishing it up, and actually making it more than just, you know, oh, guys spawn and you kill them. Okay, it's done. Let's make it a little more impressive. Yeah. Then after you know, I don't know. It depends. It depends what kind of content it is, time-wise. But there will be a point where other designers will start playing it, and they'll give their feedback, and then we'll iterate based on feedback amongst our team, fixing bugs, things like that.
Is it one of the other questions that came up was, do you have to spin up the do you iterate on a local machine, or do you have to spin up a server remotely? I know the answer to that. You mean we have preview servers that we build.
And why are you asking me? If you already know.
I'm
Frank.
asking and then answering that. Damn it! Next question. So, why is Red? We'll get to questions from chat in a bit. We're interviewing Alex, but support. I don't know what Milan Sex is saying.
Yeah, I'm kinda confused.
So, how easy is it, or how quickly can you iterate on something? What's generally your process? Do you go into the block out and start scripting in there and iterate in there, or?
Oh, well, it's a little bit different. For instance, with a lot of the content, we have just a blank nothing map.
Checkerboard land.
Checkerboard, yeah.
For all you guys.
And for the most part, we'll set up encounters, you know, bare bones in there, and then move it. Well, if it's like a dynamic piece of content, then, you know, it could spawn anywhere, so it doesn't need to be moved somewhere. But with operations, then, like if the world is being built, like in the case of Miru, where the world actually wasn't set up while I was scripting some of this, then I would just have it in the nothing map. And once it was ready, or in a more blocked out form, I could move everything in there. With High Tide, a majority of the whole place was already kind of blocked out and touched by world builders. So I just started basically scripting directly in those zones.
Okay, is it faster to do one over the other?
It's marginally faster to do it in the, at least on my end, to do it on the area that's already been blocked out.
Okay.
It just, saves the amount of time of copying and pasting stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think that the combat designers would probably they go a different route, right? If I'm testing a new weapon, I'm going to Animations Paradise or something like we call it Animations Paradise. It's basically just like it's checkerboard land with BSP blocks all over the place, like half pipes and stairs and different things, so you can like test movement and mobility. And because it's fast to load, like you spin up that server, it's like that. Where you spin up an operation, it takes a little bit longer, like maybe 7 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, it can take probably up to 10 minutes.
Whereas you spin up Coral Forest, that's like, well, I'm going to lunch. I'll be
Yeah.
right back.
Yep.
There's so much going on. So yeah, it's interesting to hear that. Well, I didn't realize. I was actually expecting it to be the other way, but it's interesting to hear that it's a little marginally faster, but probably about the same for you to do it in either or. Was there another one? Oh, what's the typical length of time before? I read this question. I wanted to ask you because it's a complicated question. I read this question from someone, and I do want to ask you, but it's a complicated question. It's so what's the average length of time it takes from like you start from day one? You sat down, you get like, okay, we need operation number 7, whatever, or I need a dynamic event. What's the typical length before that's actually released out into the wild, into production?
Well, it's really dependent on the size and scope of the encounter. Like a live event takes a lot less time comparatively to an operation. It depends on like what kind of live event too.
Yeah.
There can be more complicated
That's
ones.
true, yeah.
I don't want to just say that those are faster.
Yeah,
I
I think the Headless Horseman encounter, Christian did that, right?
Yep.
And I think he did that like in June or maybe even May of last year before, like, so he worked on it like long before it went.
Yeah. Likewise with the Wintertide stuff, I had started working on the Father Wintertide event back on the like a couple months after I joined in that December, and then I got a basic prototype of that all working, and it was at that point, late December, January, and so we were like, well, maybe we can use this next year.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I like that because when it comes down to like me, like where I'm sitting, we're not too connected in, so I'm just like we're in our stand-ups, and it's just like, yeah, we're thinking about this event and this event. And I'm like, Halloween's in 3 months, right? It sounds ridiculous. Like Halloween's like in 3 or 4 months. Why don't we have anything planned yet? I'm just sitting there in my meetings like, what's going on? Like, because I know how long it takes before it's like idea to creation, because now that actually has to get put on the backlog. It has to get put on people's task lists and prioritized and put into the pipeline.
Yep. Yeah, it's generally months.
Yeah. Do we need more models? Do we need new tech for the encounters that you want to do? All kinds of stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, that's a really complicated question because it depends on what it is, but it's typically a while because even after you're finished with it, I would imagine like a lot of the times, like you get done with something, it kind of gets tucked away while you're working on something else, and then we go and push everything out, and it's like, we gotta do bug fixing on stuff like that and a little bit of polish. So it's like even you're done, and it's still probably at times, a couple of weeks before that's even branching out into stabilization.
Yeah, I mean, the perfect world, we finish it well before our time frame, so that way we have even more weeks for just polish.
Yeah, in the perfect world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times we wind up going like right down to the last second, checking things in, and then we're fixing things in stabilization. But that's kind of how it goes. I mean, there's the demand for content, and we're trying to or we were trying to keep up with it. Now we're slowing down in terms of our release schedule, and we're trying to put together, rework a lot of the game, and then trying to put together like a solid, polished piece back out there. What would you say is the most challenging thing you worked on?
Oh man. That's tough. Everything I've worked on, especially out in operations, I always try to. I've been trying to do things that maybe haven't been done, in such a way before. So that requires a lot of trial and error and testing things. One thing was the rising lava area in Miru. Since we've never moved, water or lava, anything like that before. So that introduced a whole lot of new problems.
Wow. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna go ahead and let me check the time check. Well, we got time. We're gonna go ahead and open it up to questions. So, and I'm not on TeamSpeak. I'm not even sure if the other computer's on TeamSpeak.
Oh boy.
So if it's not,
GG.
Scott can get it on TeamSpeak. It's no big deal.
And we'll blame Piz. You're gonna want.
And then everyone
that
can blame
guy,
me.
assuming that we're actually on TeamSpeak.
Yeah. I mean, really, you just gotta flip it on and put that piece in your ear. You don't have to. You know what I just realized too is
You're the worst.
I made a Life Finds a Way joke, and I just realized what shirt he's wearing while we're doing the interview.
Damn.
Wow. All right.
Dino Rider.
Totally planned. It's fine.
Firefall Live is in, and we're ready to go. So
Yay.
as soon as you're ready, we'll start pulling people in.
All right. I think I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do we do? So first person I pulled in is Garrett Slayer.
Mr. President.
Hey, Garrett Slayer.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
What's going on?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I've been playing the PTS a lot lately, and I'm loving the new content I'm seeing so far. Can't wait to see what else you throw in there as far as the other stuff you were talking about that one time that I was on with the Melee and stuff. Now, I got a question about Amazon. I mean, it might sound a little bit silly.
Sure.
But what's with the turtles?
I don't know.
I'm expecting one of these days that I'm going to be standing behind one of these things for cover, and all of a sudden it's going to take my leg off.
It's a super secret.
I can't tell you about those.
Okay, now I'm definitely going to be expecting that. I mean, they make great random cover. I mean, it's like one day they're there, the next day they're not. So, but all of a sudden, I'm just going to be expecting something to just bite my leg off for no reason. It's like lunch, chomp.
It's actually in the contract we sign when we get hired. We can't talk about the turtles in Amazon.
Oh.
You just broke the contract. You can't talk about the contract. Ah!
Uh-oh.
Damn it, I got it
Am I
too.
going to expect somebody at my door now?
Yeah.
The camera's going to cut away, and it's going to cut back, and I'm just going to be
Black
gone.
man? Thundercleese is over there nodding.
But seriously though, about the PTS, are the graphical changes going to be more or less set in stone for the release when it comes in a few months, or is that just kind of something you guys are throwing in there to to see how it's accepted?
Are you talking about the shiny characters?
Well, not so much the shiny characters, but more like the environment, like the hotel in the background. Stuff like that. The big things.
I think that's
Put it up.
yeah. A lot of people
Gives a bit more contiguous feel.
Yeah, a lot of people are liking that, the way that that's telling the story. I mean, we still have some open world missions where we allow for more a higher traffic in those areas, and you'll still have the dynamic wandering encounters to go around and keep you busy from when you're going from point to point, which I find helps me level immensely.
We've got DM Dave. He wants you to dance.
He wants dance.
I could.
DM Dave.
You guys want to see a Cossack dance?
That's
Sorry,
Zool.
we're unable to connect the chat. We're connecting in 2 seconds.
We
There you
could.
go.
Switch.
1 sec, I'll do it. You want me to?
All right.
Yes, the Dance
Hold
Commander
on.
is dancing. It's happening.
All right.
I've got to move.
They didn't like this thing anyway.
Oh God.
Okay, well,
This is
that's
actually
about all
happening.
I had. I just, was kind
Yeah.
of wanting to give you a little feedback on it.
Yeah.
Only other thing is, I hope that we hope to see my art on here today because I've submitted a video and some stills of something that I built in Second Life.
I did see that, and it looked really cool. We're not going to have that on this week, but I did see that, and we got it, and that looked really cool. So
Okay,
we
cool.
got a
Keep an
lot
eye
of
out
art
for
that
that.
came in to get through, so we'll get. But we definitely got it.
we have a backlog, which I
Alrighty.
like. I
Yes,
love
it's
having a
good having a
backlog.
backlog.
It's a small one right now, but I love having a backlog because then we can plan out all our art.
Awesome.
Yay! And we don't have to, be subjected to Pez art again. So.
Yes, and I always threaten. That's how we get a backlog. I'm like, you guys don't want me to start drawing, do you?
You're like, oh God, draw
Like,
things.
oh my God.
Make stick figures, just go. I don't
DM
care.
Dave, we love you too.
Love you, DM Dave. Miss you.
Okay, you guys take care. Thanks.
All right,
Thanks,
thanks for
Garrett.
calling in.
It's your thing.
Just there's so much more room for activities now.
There's so much more. Everyone was complaining about that table. I was hoping that we would get a chance to like shovel it out of the way. And
It's a good thing you brought me on.
I kind of
Yes.
just go grab the
So-
gun and just place it there now. Just-
so, yeah, that's one of the questions. That's how did we get the name DanceCommander? And obviously,
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. It's 'cause yeah, my favorite are probably River Dance and Tap Dance.
yeah.
That,
It was really awesome. The DanceCommander lives up to the name for sure. There we go.
Getting there.
We're watching Pez wrestle with the phone right now. Or, Dusk Guide.
Android. That's good. How's it going, man?
Oh, hey.
What's going on, man?
Oh, hi.
I was like, wait, did I get moved?
Yes. Yes, we move people around TeamSpeak with an iron fist here.
I
Eventually.
didn't hear it. That's why I was
Slowly.
like surprised at first.
Sorry.
No worries.
What can I do for you?
Okay, so I brought this up, oh god, months ago on Firefall Live, and it was regarding some kind of colorblind mode for the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been playing on PTS, and I noticed the colors for tagging enemies in Sin have changed to red.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And in most situations, I don't see red at all, so it's kind of even more difficult now on PTS to see enemies.
Wow. We made it worse.
Yeah, you made
GG.
it worse. Good job, guys.
I'm
No,
sorry.
I was just wondering if the ability to change the color that we tag enemies to Sin would be, if we could change it somehow in the settings, if it's possible to do that.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna write a note to myself to talk to Wukash about this right after the show. I'm just gonna go right up to his desk and I swear I'm writing it right now. Wait, I can
true.
take a voice
We're
note on
watching
this,
him
right?
struggle with his phone again.
Yes, we're gonna watch it.
Technology
Rini
is
wanted me to
hard.
wrestle a bear this time, but
Not quite. But no, it's definitely a great point to bring
But
up.
yeah,
And I know.
that kind of thing would be really awesome because I'm not the only person who's colorblind who plays the game. I'm sure there's
No,
plenty
Oh,
more.
absolutely. And I know Wukesh is a big proponent of
Yeah.
support
I
for
think even one of
colorblindness and
our,
things like that.
our designers is also partially colorblind.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely bring that up to him.
Look, see, we're getting things done on this show. The camera's on me too, so this is great.
We get to stare.
I hope I remember what
stare at
this.
Pez wrestling with the phone and me sitting here drinking. So
That's right. And that's not coffee; it's a White Russian.
obviously, I hope you start there.
Pez storms the desk. I'm gonna walk right over to Wukash and we'll talk about
The
that.
bear might actually be
Yeah, that would be
easier to
really
wrestle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I wish I had better news for you.
Yes, we don't have an answer, but we can harass the UI people in your name.
Nice.
I can't see a difference between health and ammo at a distance
Really?
due to the colors.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
that problem too.
That's an issue as well.
Okay. Yeah, I can bring that up too for sure.
But in more, I guess, positive news, I've been playing on the PTS, like I said before, and I'm absolutely loving it. It looks so much more refined and it feels like a more solid game rather than just kind of running around doing random things.
Also,
Yeah.
glad to hear it.
It also makes the leveling a lot nicer for new people because it's not so much of a grind when you do one mission and you level up, and it feels a lot nicer, I guess.
How do you feel about the combat? Like, what frame are you playing right now?
When the combat changes were first pushed, I played through the mission with each frame. And on PTS, I only have a level, like a level 12 Dreadnought, and the rest are like level 5. But for the most part, it's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm loving the new the Dreadnought, personally.
The Breadnought.
Yes, the Dreadnought. Dreadnought loves the Dreadnought, that's for sure.
I love how the energy recharge core keeps the shield up. It's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite changes
Yeah, I
on
agree.
that frame.
Yeah. So only 12. So I guess you haven't been able to try out High Tide yet. Then.
No, I haven't done High Tide yet.
Darn. Wanted to get
Well,
some High
I
Tide.
hope
people.
you'll like it when you do.
I probably will.
It's fun.
Everyone likes High Tide. There's nothing but good feedback. There is actually there's a bug that I won't say what it is on live.
Oh.
Okay.
People
Thank
are using it. Cool, Dusk. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, another thing about I just put them in queue, whatever.
Yeah.
Another thing about High Tide that people brought up was we told them about a second path. I think Matt was the one, Matt DeWald, or Phobos was the one that told them about the second path. And I think, I'm not sure, I tried to do it with a couple people yesterday, and we were going as fast as we could. We didn't find a second path. I heard it's time-based.
Yep, it is. One of the things that came out of like some of the design meetings is that, at least for this one, the path choice shouldn't be an obvious choice that the player is making. And so the solution we came to is that it's essentially timer-based, so that when the players start up, after they land and they start working in the first encounter, a timer will start. And depending on how fast they go, if they're fast enough, they could wind up going into the alternate path.
How fast do I have to kill, or how fast do I have to progress through it, and at what point do I get to open up the second path?
Well, the path is set as soon as you get that key card from the
first key card?
Yeah, or from the Reaper Captain Charisse.
Okay.
And I don't know. You want me to tell how long it takes? I mean,
you said we're making it a little better, and we're communicating it a little better.
The current design has a more obvious messaging for whether or not you'll be going on that path or not. I forget exactly how much time it is. It's somewhere probably between 8 and 10 minutes or something like that.
From when you land?
From when you like go into the ship after landing.
Okay, so you go into the ship, and then it's about 8 to 10 minutes to kill Charisse.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, when that shield goes up, you're screwed. In that encounter. You're buzzing around. So when you're fighting her, because that's one thing we ran into, and even someone said like, "Oh, we got her down to 1%. Do we have to kill her before the shield?" And like, I don't know. I think it's straight time based, not just that boss. But I'm like, I'm sure that shield has a lot to do with it, because now you have to run around and find all the bad guys and kill them all to take that shield down. So, 8 to 10 minutes.
I think that's what it's at. Yeah.
Can we? Do we show like a timer or something like that?
It will.
So
that's what it is in our design, internal design.
Internally,
right now.
it'll show a timer for like basically how long you've been in there, or a countdown for.
Yeah, I'm putting a timer basically on the terminal that the players would use to go through the alternate path.
Okay.
So if they go near it, they can see the timer. Otherwise, it doesn't, it's not obtrusive for them.
Okay. That's pretty cool. So the alternate path is opposed to gliding across the waterway there. You'll go through a ship.
Yep, you'll go deep into the depths of this shipwreck.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds really
That's
cool.
the alternate path?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that the only one you've gone down?
Yes.
Well done.
What? This guy.
Oops, yes, this guy, dude. Apparently we made it to the speed path on accident when we were...
Oh, yeah, that's
we were,
right.
Were we assault and NG? No, I was recon. Yeah, we were assault and recon, so it is possible.
Nerf JVO. Sky Dude knows the path. I knew the path, and I knew like roughly a time, but I heard 6 minutes from one person, 10 minutes from another, so I didn't want to. Alex knows.
I mean, if you do it in 4 minutes, you'll definitely get it.
Oh, okay. So 4 minutes.
Or, 2, I don't know.
4 minutes.
That might be possible. I don't know.
Yeah, you know. I'm sure someone will do it.
Oh, yeah.
Can anyone find the secret thing on High Tide that Sky Dude talked about on the stream?
Oh, man.
That's good. All right, any secrets? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. We're table flipping over there. Everyone's like,
Nothing's happening here. Dude, even our bro intro is
Suddenly
playing,
the
apparently. Nope, definitely nothing. Nothing at all.
but there is. Violet and Red found only 2 secret thingies.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. As you land, I believe there's one of the, dialogue messages you get is from Oil Spill mentioning that the Reapers stole some items from him. So
Those dang
scattered
Reapers.
across the
Interesting.
both paths will be items that Oil Spill used to have, and if you interact with them, it's both, it's collecting a hidden item, and he'll also give you a little snippet of, what the item is or how it was important to him.
Is it like a teddy bear head and
It's not just the head.
stuffing? It's like a teddy bear head is over here. The stuffing's over there.
Gosh.
And like the eyes are somewhere else. It's a pretty grim Easter egg.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You bring all the body parts together, Dracula's resurrected again.
Something like that.
Super secret boss.
Oil Spill is a Midas. No. I don't even know what a Midas is. I tried asking Narrative, and they're like,
Wouldn't you like to know?
Hey, that's actually a question that comes up all the time is like, hey, what is the Midas? I'm like, well, it's so important to the storyline, I can't really tell you what it is because we're kind of keying on it a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing we're going to tell you at some point, but I'm going to let you
Does
find out through
seem
the
fairly
game,
likely.
not through me. I get yelled at for spoilers all the time. Last time it was like Blackwater, the new story version of Blackwater was out for like a month and a half, and I'm like, so you get to Blackwater, and the Devil Hawks are dead, and everyone's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean the Devil Hawks? Spoilers. I'm like, come on. And people are going to probably call me out for it now. Programmer,
Dang
I
it,
got
Frank.
this. Oh, God.
Oh, God, this can only go
Okay,
well.
I'm going to read this
Brace
out
for impact.
for our YouTube audience there. Programmers on Twitch saying, so the Midas, as far as I can tell, see, they have this
I
touch.
was waiting for the Midas touch to come into it.
Midas touch.
Trust the Midas touch.
And fix your alignment. Oh, my God. It's gone long enough.
Drink.
You don't have to continue that description.
Yeah. We get the joke. Shucks.
The Midas touch.
Oh, man. So, anyways.
The Devil Hawks are dead. I'm sorry. Every time. It's been like that for a year. So, yeah, that happened, and that was a lot of fun. It's still going.
Oh,
Yes, Programmer
goodness.
is still going on with the Midas joke for those of you who are on YouTube.
It's okay, YouTube. You're not missing much. You're not missing much in that.
Yeah, it's just just picture a horse and someone standing there with a stick, just breaking the stick over it. What's under the devil's hand? Now that's an interesting question.
Devil's wrist.
Double drink. All right. Good one. I like it. I like it.
Very good.
We're just totally off the rails now. Oh my god.
we're going crazy. Actually, in Devil's Hand, the story of what's there changed a lot. And I don't want to say what any of it was because it might change back. So it's an ominous. It is of significance to a certain party.
Nice.
Yes.
Very political answer there. Very well done.
Yes. Ding ding. I think they drink every time we hit the bell.
Yep,
so.
pretty sure. Soon.
Soon. Ding 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 ding.
Soon. Ding ding soon.
If I'm drunk, I'm to blame. I mean, I'm to blame all the time.
Yeah. That's fairly standard.
So, well, with that, we're gonna move it into everyone in the world's favorite segment, which is Do You Even Art Pro? Since we've exhausted everything else. So here's Do You Even Art Pro?
Do you even art, bro?
I can't hear it, but I mean, I can just picture it because I like watching it every time. So every week we like to show off some fan art, and we even vote on it, and the winners get stuff. We haven't given anything to the winners of past recently because I want to give them a war paint now. And
Gotta make a war paint.
we got to make a war paint, patch it in, blah, blah, blah. So we can't do that yet, but I am keeping track of all who's winning, and we're probably going to get you all some war paints. So if you email us, community@red5studios.com with the title fan art, we will put your fan art in the show. We'll vote on it, and maybe you can win a cool little thing. Last week we featured some extra soda versus just a tube. This week we're going to go back to the standard format. 3 artists, 3 pieces of art. First up we have Fooney with the Chibi Surfer.
I love this.
I figured you would.
Yeah.
Alex is also responsible for our April 1st method of transportation blog.
Let's get those screenshots.
Yep.
So I felt it very appropriate to use this piece of art while you're here.
Yeah.
It's adorable. I like Fooney art.
Yep.
Fooney art is very adorable.
Always makes you smile.
Next up we have, this is from Gano Slough, and this is called Army, and I think it's for the Copa Express Army. One of our German armies.
It's like a wish you were here.
And then this was submitted to us by Bacterial.
That's slick.
He is not the artist, but this is the big guy is JB Will. JB Will's the fat baby,
Can't confirm.
as they call them. And he
Sounds
says,
about right.
"Help me blame Pez or die."
I don't need that much help blaming Pez. It just kind of happens.
I mean, yeah, just thank you, programmer.
Thank you.
And then that's a random Firefallian. Bacterial didn't do the original art. He did get permission from the original artist. I now forget his name, but he did get permission from the original artist to put a few captions on there to make it a lot of fun.
Yes.
So, I wanted to see page 5. Fat JB.
Oh,
Chubby.
Tube. Keep that up. I'm gonna put not your name in the recap again because I put Squeak and Orca instead of just a tube in the recap last week. I got our.
Have you seen the Heinz
art
Snow
submittals.
Firecat? We don't have it on here, but oh my
I don't know if
goodness.
I have. I love Hanso's stuff. So
He's a talented person. Very talented individual.
was this by Heinz Snow? Someone's saying it says Adam Snow at the bottom, but I can't read that from here.
Was it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyways, JB, you get to vote first for art. Which piece of art is in your heart
All of the art is in my heart.
this week?
I'm gonna go with this the Blame Pezerator. So
The JBE will?
yes, the J baby, fat J baby.
The JBE will.
It's pretty. It's
That's what
gotta-
Bacterial said this piece
gotta
is
chuckle at me.
called.
The JB will. Yeah. JB Weld. Yes, I actually have used JB Weld as a name in some games. So. Just for the
JB will.
Yep.
One vote for everyone.
Well, of course.
Alex.
So I'm definitely going to go vote for the surf one.
Naturally. Naturally.
Since I worked on that, you know, I kind of feel that a surfer has become my spirit animal.
Fair enough.
Surfer is your spirit animal. All right. I think I am gonna vote for the spirit animal.
Yeah.
Foodie.
Yes. I think I'm gonna vote for it's so adorable.
It's pretty good. I do.
And
like it.
hats off to making topical fan art about the April Fool's joke.
Mm-hmm.
This actually came in before.
Don't worry, Aries55, we got your emails. Don't worry. As we said,
Aries55, we do.
we've got
Yes,
a lot
I
of
do
art
have your
to get
arts.
through.
We have your comics. They're awesome.
Yep.
And we're going to
We
be
will-
showing them on the show here for
Don't
sure.
worry. We will be on. We have.
Yeah,
got a backlog.
well,
as
yeah,
we
that's
said.
the thing is like I like having a backlog so that it's we actually we're not like okay, well I got to draw this week. Well,
Maybe you should anyways.
I mean, we'll show you guys what it's like. I mean,
every week, add in one community art,
Like-
community team created art.
this week it's
That
going to
cannot
be
go poorly.
a red panda with a space background.
Red panda in space with a lens flare.
Scott dude's like, leave me out of this. He's playing around with Photoshop. It's really awesome. He's like, look what I did. It's so cool. But it's like, yes, that's what I feel like when I draw art. I'm like, this looks pretty cool, I think. And then you're like, you show it to people, and they're like, when are you gonna learn how to do something real?
Community team versus community art. There's no way that can go poorly for us. We would totally.
Oh my god!
totally be
Community
fine.
team versus community art. You guys have people like Heinz Snow, like
Yeah.
on your.
We lose.
There's modelers. They have. I can't do one piece of art. I can't even draw a line, okay, without like a line command in CAD or something. I don't know.
You got to draw with your heart, Frank. Comes from inside. Yeah. Blood ink is the best.
Kalima. Oh boy, it shows all over the place. And last but not least, we have our caption this every week. We like to take a photo around the office and then we'll post it up on Facebook so that you guys can provide your captions to caption this. So this week we have, this is Jake and Leah, both on our both live team designers. Jake's been brought up multiple times this show. He's worked on the Wintertide stuff. I think he's worked on the Halloween stuff. A lot of live events.
Fitzwickham for those on the
Fitzwickham
forums.
on the forums, yes.
I don't think Leah has a forum name that I know of.
He just gave her the news. The next event features kittens.
I'd be down for that.
Yes.
I know a kitten themed event.
It's just like the look on Leah's face. Next up, I still say we should add a Taco Bell in game. You're paying us $50,000 to put that on stream. I wish. And then we actually put surfboards in, and people laughed at us, so we took them away. Now we have no new events planned.
None for you.
Why did we take them out? Damn it. So that's when I put peanut butter in this solo cup, thinking I could survive the melding with large quantities of it in my system. Ultimately, I took the Dr. Pepper instead.
That is creative. All right. All right.
Next up, remember 5 minutes from now when I asked you for those reports I needed on my desk 2 days ago? Yeah, that's how far behind schedule we are. I do like to put a little bit of truth in every caption this. A little bit. A little drop. And then after they defeat the Chosen Mothership, Brody comes to face them as the penultimate boss. It was the Accord all along. I don't know if you were around when Brody existed. Was he still in the game when you came in?
I don't remember.
So
Maybe.
Brody was our original MPE guy. Like he was like the guy that was like teaching you all along. So you get drop into Copa and Brody would be handhold you along before you finally got passed off to Oil Spill and Arrow. And he was supposed to be like helpful, like, you know, oh, sorry, you didn't try hard enough. But we had it voiced by the guy that was just like the most like, he was like the nicest. He's really one of the sweetest designers we had, and he's just like, the way he voiced the whole thing, everyone like felt it. Like all the feedback that came in was like, wow, this Brody guy's really condescending.
Brody's a
yeah,
dick.
we were like sending back 100% thumpers. Like, that's an okay haul, I guess. We should try better next time.
Oh yeah, that does sound familiar. Actually.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, he's been gone for a while, but oh, Brody, and he became like a very popular meme in the community. It was a lot of fun.
Brody's the penultimate boss. I don't know who the ultimate boss is.
I really wish. Look, I've told you 100 times, no fuzzy bunnies in the game. I'm sad about this.
Dang it, Jake. Why? Why? Why, Jake?
You know why? The reason why is because we don't really have the time to model them.
That's a poor excuse. Funny fuzzy bunnies. Come on.
This is my entry. With all this talk about crunch, I figured I bring in my favorite peanut butter. Why are you looking at me like that? Why is everyone else avoiding eye contact?
I get it.
This guy. Everyone, I miss Brody. Wow.
Wow.
Everyone misses Brody.
All right.
I've told the narrative team this.
Brody love happening in both chats. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Crunch time, peanut butter crunch. It's done now. I liked it, and that's all that matters.
I amused it.
That's what my mom told me anyway.
Mommy told me I'm special.
Oh, Brody. Brody has become chosen.
We got a head shake out of Breaker. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good sign that we're doing terrible things. All right.
Yeah, that was a mega face palm. That was the face palm to end all face palms. I think that's our cue then.
Oh, hey, you guys want to hear a Firefall joke I made?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
It is. Yes.
Okay, so why did the Ares pilot go to jail?
Why?
Because he was framed for assault.
That's good. That's good. I like it.
Thanks.
Well done.
Jesus.
And on that bombshell. Oh man.
Do we have any more?
I have one other one I made, but I don't know if I'm going to.
I mean,
Oh, this is a chat reaction.
Steven. Oh man.
This is so amazing.
That was pretty good.
What did Steven say? I missed that.
He said that was awful. You're fired.
Well, I thought it was awesome. DM Dave, so much facepalm. On that note, I think we should end it. So thank you guys for checking us out this week. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Firefall, or follow us on Twitter @Firefall, or come talk to us on the forums. Thanks again for hanging out. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
This is Accord Control. We are prepped for Spacefold. Initiate on Admiral's mark.
Initiating Spacefold on Admiral Nostromo's mark. 3, 2, 1.
Arclight, this is Accord Control. Did you copy? Arclight, are you there? Arclight, do you copy?
This is Nostromo. The jump failed. We're still in Earth orbit, but losing altitude rapidly.
Stand by, Arclight. We're scrambling rescue shuttles now. Just hold
There's
tight.
no time! Dr. Bathsheba reports we've lost all power to the orbital drive. I need you to project the Arclight's impact site. Begin ground evacuations and scramble disaster teams.
I can confirm that, Accord Control. Loss of orbit is irreversible. I'm ejecting the star chamber. It is critical that you recover it immediately.
Understood. Admiral, initial projections indicate a South Atlantic crash zone.
Control, divert the 3rd Fleet to the South Atlantic.
Yes, sir.
Bathsheba, can we re-trigger the arc drives?
No, there's some kind of external interference that's locking them up. Power from weapons to the orbital thrusters. It'll give us a little control.
Do it. Maybe we can ditch in the Atlantic.
Sir, calculations are firming up. Looks to be 4 delays of Brazil. Alerting authorities there. The casualties in the blast zone look to be close to 100%.
What? That can't be.
Orestes, is Amelia still living?
Bathsheba, get me those thrusters, now!
We've got a 5-second burn left at maximum power. That should get us clear of Fortaleza.
Negative, Arclight. If you ignite that burn, Sin is projecting a 95% chance you hit Rio.
Ready the burn. Give me manual control.
Sir, if you do that, 1.2 million people will die.
I'm well aware of that. Now give me control.
Orestes, you have full control.
Initiating burn in 5, 4, 3,